Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and look at this fantastic picture of a lobster. Now, is it just me, or does this lobster look puzzled or angry? I don't know. Well, the title of the puzzle is Lobster Dinner, so he probably looks angry or maybe puzzled. I don't know. You know those restaurants that are fabled to let you pick the lobster swimming around in the tank for your dinner? That's some sort of next level barbaric to me, but I don't really eat lobster, so what do I know? Anyway, I love the picture. The picture is worth a lot here. That is a fantastic picture, and if you're not seeing it, I mean, make sure you've got the eyes here and the pincers coming out the front and the lobster pieces at the back. It's just really clever. This is by, well, I presume I'm saying Ordish here. Although it is one letter away from Swedish, which is pronounced quite differently. But a channel debut, and we'll look at this lobster dinner in a moment. Don't forget that on Patreon there are some fabulous line Sudokus, and others actually, in the Duality 2-pack by the Skunk Works. It's really, really good. It's great value. Joining our Patreon is great value, and you get to have a go at that for very special prize this month, potentially. And it's up to you if you accept Simon's challenge there. Anyway, well, there's loads of other stuff on Patreon as well. I haven't done my very hard crossword for the month yet, but I will. What else is going on? We've got all sorts of merchandise. We've got our... What have I got here? Look at this. We've got a fabulous backpack in CTC colours and logo. We've also got Sven's Sudoku Pad on the links under the video, and all of our apps, which do include Line Sudoku and Domino Sudoku and many others, and they are unbelievable value too. Now, what are the rules of Lobster Dinner by Ordish? They are that normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 is going to go in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Adjacent digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. So these two could be 1 and 6, or they could be 3 and 8, but not 3 and 7. Along orange lines, the total sum of digits must be divisible by 3. So for an orange line, that sum of digits is divisible by 3, and so is the sum of those digits and the sum of those, which could obviously include repeats in that case. The black dot joins digits with a 1 to 2 ratio, and lines don't overlap. There's no hidden green line between those cells, for instance. So those are the rules. Give it a try. What a fascinating picture puzzle. I love these, and I am going to start my clock. I'm just checking that this is working. Yes, I'm going to start my clock now and say the immortal words, let's get cracking. And I don't mean cracking the lobster. Right. Okay, I'm going to tell you the 3 things I know. I know nothing about these weird orange lines, lobster lines. I know 3 things about green lines. One is that they can never contain the digit 5 because there is no legitimate Sudoku neighbour for a green line. The next is that they alternate between high and low, because you're having a higher digit than 5 or a lower digit than 5. You can't have 2 of those next to each other. And then finally, 4 and 6 can only be placed where they don't have 2 neighbours that see each other. Now, that is not going to affect any of the 2-cell lines, but it is going to affect quite a lot of positions within boxes here. Anyway, I found that none of these cells can be a 5. So 5 in box 6 is in one of those 2. Now, that is actually placing the 5 in box 4 for me. It has to be there. Now, as well as not being able to go on a green line, 5 cannot go on a black dot because there is a very similar reason. There is no digit in Sudoku that can neighbour it on a black dot. You can't have 10 or 0. So I think that's a 5 in the centre of the puzzle. That places 5 in box 8. That places 5 in box 4, box 2 that is. And we're away. Sort of. Well, we've got some 5s. It often turns out they don't really do much, but... Okay, what I'm now going to do is just quickly highlight the cells on the 2 long green lines that cannot have a 4 or a 6 in, just because I'm interested in it. That one can't, because its two neighbours do see each other. That one can't. That one can't. Actually, that one can't either. But I think that one can, which is annoying. So this is just to give me an idea. None of those can. I'm just going to think about the fact that none of these cells can be 4 or 6. Okay, let's forget that now. I'm probably going to try and remember that plus shape. But now I'm going to colour, I've got to choose one of these lines to colour it in alternating colours. I'm going to choose this one because I think these 4, they are all the same colour. Right, that's interesting straight away. Let's make them purple. So what I've done here is I've alternated colours on this line. We must go either high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, or low, high, etc. So green is all low and purple is all high. We've got 4 purples in this box, so that's a green. 4 is the maximum because there are only 4 digits higher than 5 and 4 digits lower than 5. So 4 is the maximum in any box. Look, these are all purple because we've got 4 greens. These are all green because we've got 4 purples. These are green because of alternation in box 2, and that is purple because of counting up 4 greens. I mean, it's fascinating, this. Now, I'm not sure I can do these. There's 1 green, 2 purples here, but only 1 cell on a green line. So I'm going to do these as well, but in a different set pair of colours. Let's try yellow and red. This way I'm avoiding blue and orange because I want to turn everything into low or high at some point. And these are the interesting flash points here on the eyes. So those are yellow. All of these are red. That's yellow and that's red. And we've got the alternation working. The high-pitched drilling begins again. Anyway, you're not at the dentist, you're watching Cracking the Cryptic. Those are all red, so one of these is a 5 and one is yellow. Now, remember that plus shape we highlighted in yellow earlier? None of these are 4 or 6. So the yellow 4 or 6 is in one of these cells along with 5. The red 4 or 6 is either there or there. Now, look, we've got a break between high and low across a black dot here. That means this is either a 3-6 or a 4-8 black dot, because only 6 and 8 are digits above 5 that can appear on a black dot. But I do not know whether these cells are... If these cells are purple, if yellow turns out to be the same as purple, then those 2 digits will be the same because, again, we will cross the line. But if this was low and that was low, if this was green, that's what I'm actually saying. If this was green, they would both be the same. They can't then both be high. They would both be low, and they would be a 4 and a 2, very specifically. That would be a 2. So is that possible here? Oh, look, it's the same. No, it's not. Oh. Those 3 digits cannot be the monogamous digit, the 4 or the 6. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I've got something now. Maybe. Yeah, these 3, their neighbours see each other. That couldn't be 4 because both of those would be 9. That couldn't be 4 because both those would be 9. That couldn't be 4 because both those would be 9. All illegal. The same applies to 6. So this is the internal digit, the 4 or the 6. This is also purple, so now it's not 4 or 6. That is 3 or 8. And this is green 4 or 6 now. That's weird. Right, what's that connecting to on the black dot? Well, 2 or 8 if it's a 4, or 3. If this was a 3, that would be an 8-9 pair. These would be 6 and 7. That would be a 1. Oh, it works. This purple 3-8 is not in those cells, so it's over here. Oh, well, no. This is great. This is great. Look, purple 4 or 6 here must be surrounded by, if that's a 4, it's surrounded by 9s. If it's a 6, it's surrounded by 1. So this is the extreme green digit here. Now, 3 and 8, I don't know, for some reason they look like they're the same digit in the same way that 4 and 6 are the internal digit in the sequence. But 3 and 8 are not. 3 is quite internal, but 8 is a little more external to the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My point is that if this was a 3, that would be 8 and 9 in green, but this would be also high, and there's nothing left for it to be. So this is not a 3. This is our first digit. That is an 8. That is an 8, and now we've got this black dot. Well, we've got this black dot cracked. But annoyingly, that does not resolve this black dot and whether yellow is high or low. However, we now know that green is low, and I'm going to convert green to blue. I think people prefer the darker blue. Some people can't see the lighter blue. The high digits go orange, so that's now a 6, surrounded by 1s on the line. This is a 7-9 pair. These 2 digits, oh, well, they're from, oh, they're not 4 because they're touching an 8. So that's 2 and 3, and that is 4. This is a 1, 2, 3 set. Wow. I mean, that's a very clever unveiling of the first bit of high and lowness here. Now, 4 is in one of those 2 cells in box 2. So 9 must accompany that on its line in one of those 2. That means this cell is 6 or 7 and can't be touching a 3 on a green line. Are we getting enough information? I don't think we're getting enough information to calculate the orange total. This one, though, is 2 or 3. That's a pair with that. Obviously, this digit goes there in box 2, whatever it is. 9 is in one of these 3 cells. I need to know more about these. Right. Oh, no, I was going to say, we don't know whether yellow and red are high or low. That's so annoying. This digit is not the monogamous, the internal digit, 4 or 6, because this is 2 or 8. Now, actually, that's so strange. The black dot here produced 3 or 8, which are not at the same relative position in the internal sequence, which helped us resolve that. But 2 and 8 are. Anyway, my point is they can't be next to 4 or 6 in red. So that's not here. It's also not here or here because these 2 cells have 2 neighbours that see each other. So this is the red 4 or 6, surrounded by the extreme 1 or 9. Oh, and where, I was going to say, where's the third of these yellows? Well, it's either that 1 or it's a 9 in that cell. But I don't know which way that goes. I've got a 4, 5, 6 triple here. And that doesn't tell me anything, I don't think. Oh, this is so strange. Why can't I make... Okay, 2 and 8 is next to... No, it could be next to 3, 7. What's this, though? This is 3 or 7. This can't be 4 or 6 either. So that is touching quite extreme red digits, either 1, 9 or 2, 8. And this is 3, 7 in red. And I was sort of having the opinion that that might help, and it doesn't. I think these deductions have all been sound, but it's a very strange approach to this. If that's a 2, that's 7, that's 3, that's 8, 9, that's 1, That's 6. Yeah, these are definitely the same and extreme. Oh, I'm going to have to approach. Oh, 4. I don't know. No, I'm looking at all of these boxes and not really knowing what to do. Okay, there is a yellow for... No, I mean, I don't know. There is a yellow extreme digit somewhere, but it could already be there because yellow could be blue. That's the point, isn't it? It's the colours. I don't know what the colours are. This one is 2, 3. It can't be a 4 because it's touching 8. That's a 2, 3 pair in the row. Ah. That is, oh, look, that's, one of these is 3 or 2, and that's the other one. So that's a virtual pair in the column. And that means that if this was low, it would have to be a 4. And yet that doesn't seem helpful. Oh, I'll tell you what else it means. This is a virtual 2, 3 pair. So this is 5, 7 or 9. Is that interesting? No, probably not. Have I got more I could do with 5s? There's a 1 in one of those cells. These include 8 and 9. Is that? One of these is a 3 and is touching an 8, but who knows which. If that's a 4, 3 pair, that's an 8, 9 pair. Ah, yes. No, I was going to draw a connection between those two, but I'm not allowed to. Because it's an orange line. It's not a green line. I can't rule 3 out of here. Unless 6 there would make that a 4, which makes that a 3. That's quite interesting. It also makes that a 1. Oh, wow. It's very strong. A 6 here gets us 4, 3, 1, 2, 1. 2. It gets a lot done. That becomes a 3, which is quite likely. Wow, I don't know what's going on. I haven't found anything new for a little while, so I'm going to have to think about it again. Now, these are all, well, I don't know what they are. They're all 3 reds and a 6, but I don't know what colour 6 is. Ah, one of these is red, because orange and blue are red and yellow. So all of these are yellow in the colours that are applying in boxes 6 and 3. That's interesting. So yellow must connect with red on its green lines. Now, we've had 2 yellow and 2 red. That is a yellow and a red. That's 3 of each. So that's 1 of each in this row. And there's 1 of each here. And there's actually 1 of each in these 3 cells, because there must be a yellow and a red. Now that's going to leave those 2 to be 1 of each. But I don't know. I'm going to have to add up this line. Okay, I've thought of a way of doing that now. Now I'm going to share a secret with you about the total of every row column, but especially box in Sudoku. And we always know what that is because it's the same every time. It's the sum of 1 to 9. It is 45. So only share that with your most trustworthy friends. Now, the sum of this box is 45. That is divisible by 3. Makes 15. The numbers on the orange line, by the rule in this puzzle, are also divisible by 3. Now, if you subtract a number divisible by 3 from another one, you're left with a number divisible by 3. So the total of those 4 cells that are not on the orange line is also divisible by 3. And if we subtract 12 in those 2 cells, then we're left with the fact that the sum of these 2 is itself divisible by 3. Now, I think, I was going to say, I think that means this is not blue, because it would have to be 1, 2, or 3. It's seeing a 4. And to add those up and get a number, if this was blue and 1, 2, 3, I thought I couldn't see a way to add those two and get a number divisible by 3, but if that's a 1 and that's a 2, it does happen. Now that's worth thinking about. That's the only way that yellow is blue. If this is a 1 and that's a 2, then this is a 3. What happens then? If that's a 1 and this is a 2, that's a 3. Yellow is low in this case. Oh, I can't see that it fails anyway. But I'm trying to keep track of the fact that these two cells added together are going to be divisible by 3. That's what I've just discovered. Okay, what if this is high? Is that interesting? It's not really. Because all I know is it's not 8, it's 6, 7, or 9. 6 or 9 could go with 3 and 7 could go with 2. That doesn't really do anything. Oh, poo. Okay, let's look at row 5 again. These ones are red and those 3 are yellow. Now we don't know what blue is. If it's yellow, both of these are red and both of these are yellow, and the pattern of box 4 is very like the pattern of box 2 then. But if that's red, then this is 1 of each, and that's 1 of each. And then I don't know. That cell is there. That is the same digit as there. So those two add up to a number divisible by 3 as well. That's not really taking me forward. Oh, goodness, it's quite close. I mean, that same subtract from 3 business applies in this box, actually, because the whole box totaling 45 is divisible by 3. If you subtract that triangle, still divisible by 3. Subtract that one as well, which is also divisible by 3, and now these 3 are divisible by 3. Well, it's quite interesting. At least that means that we know this can't be 4 or 7. Because that, well, no, I don't know that. Do I know that? I think I do. I know that if you split the keyboard horizontally into the modulo numbers, to get a number divisible by 3, you either select 3 from the same set, like 1, 4, 7, or 1 from each set. And I think that's what my brain is working out here. Yeah, well, this, okay, all that has told me is that this digit is not 4 or 7, and that is not interesting, but I think it is true. But I don't know what to do. I'm going to think a bit more about the 2-3 virtual pair that we found in column 7 now, which would make this a 4 if it was low. And that would make this a 9. No, I can't see quite what that does. This is definitely low. So it doesn't really matter about adding this up. By adding the outies up, I know that those two, for this to be low, it would have to be a 1. Now that does remove, okay. It doesn't, no, I keep thinking of this as a green line and it's not. If that's a 1 and that's a 2 and that's a 3, these are from 6, 7, 9, and this is low. As it has to be, but that's not really helping at all. I can't see what to do, guys, sorry. Oh, I was going quite well for a bit here. Now, if these were high, what happens? 8, 7, 9 there. Then one of these is a 6 connecting to a 1 in one of those cells. These are also low. They would be 2 and 3. Ah, okay, if these are high, 8, 7, 9 here, one of these is the yellow 6. So there is a 1 here, but red is now low, and those C are 1 and 4, they would be 2 and 3. These cells would be from 7, 8, 9. And one of these two would be 6. Ooh. In fact, all of yellow would... So this is... Have I got this the right way around? No, I was saying if yellow was high, then all of these are yellow. Yes, okay. If yellow was high, that goes at 8, 7, 9. I mean, I am now seeing a 1, 9 virtual pair there, I think. If that's low, it's a 1, and this is an 8, 9 pair. If that's high, it's a 9, and this is a 1, 2 pair. So there is a 1, 9 virtual pair there. I don't think that's really helping me with these bits. Well, this now sees the 1, 9 virtual pair and 8, 4, 6. No, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Stop hoping it does. One of these is a 7. Oh, that's interesting. One of these is a 7, and therefore one of these two is a 2. Well, they both see that cell. So if at least one of those is a 2, that's a definite 3. So that's 2. That's 3. Now that's 2. So that hasn't told us which one is a 7, but it does tell us, bingo, that this is an 8. And suddenly yellow has become high, and we're going to convert it to orange. Red has become low, and we're going to convert it to blue. And now we can write in some of the numbers. 3 there, 4 there, surrounded by 9s. And the next 9 in column 7 has to be there. Nice high digit going on that thingy. That's a 7. 6 is now in one of these two cells, and 1 is therefore in one of these two. These are a 5, 6 pair. This, oh, well, that orientation, oh, 3 is not there, so that's 3. I have a feeling that definitely makes this 8. Yes, it does. 4 is going to take the 9 in one of those cells, then 3 can only be next to 8 there. These are from 6, 7, 9, obviously. Now, come on, 5, 4, 3, 8. This must have unlocked a lot of things. This pair are low. They're a 1, 2 pair. That's a 1, 2 pair. This is 6, 7, or 9. I wonder if I know that it's not. I don't know. I was wondering if I knew that that wasn't 6, but... these two, remember, have to add up to divisible by 3. So that is 6 or 9 now, given that that's become a 3. 8's in one of those two cells. I don't know what that proves. Come on, let's keep going. It's getting good. 5, 4, that's 1 or 2. This being 6 or 9 wasn't quite fully resolving it as I'd hoped. Oh, this one can't be 2 or 7 anymore. That is 3 or 5. Right. This has to add up to divisible by 3. If that's a 3, that's definitely a 6. If that's a 5, this would have to be a 4 because 1 and 7 are gone. So that is either 4 or 6, one of the internal monogamous digits. Well, it didn't all fall apart. Oh, this is now definitely a 2-3 pair because it sees the 1 in those cells. Which actually makes that a 2. And that's a 1, and that's a 2, and that's a 1, and this can still be 6 or 7. But that 1 says that these can't be 6 because they're touching 2 or 4. So that's 6, and now that's 6, and now we've got 9 in this lobster cell. Oh, we might have to start adding this one up in a moment. Not doing it till I've thought about these digits. 5, 7, 8, 2, 3. That's a 6 because there is a 6 in one of those. And that needs a 1, and these two lose their pencil marks. This box, though, I can finish off with a 1-7 pair. And then there's 4 and 9 in these two, but the whisper tells us which way round they are. And we are firing along now that we've got this whole lobster eyes area sorted out. Now, this one adds up to 23. I don't know. If that's a 7, that would have to be 3, 6, or 9, which it can't be, because that would get us to 30. So that's definitely an 8. Now we're on 23, 31, and this must be a 2 to make 33. Excellent. 4 there sorts out the whisper numbers 9 and 7. 7 there sorts out the whisper numbers here. Everything but those two down in these central boxes. This digit sees 1, 2, and 3. That's a 4. That's a naked 7, and that's 5 or 6. Now, I can do something with this, with the lobster tail. I'm assuming this is its tail. It looks like it. Right. So, the sum on this orange line is all of those plus 11. Now, if we added all of those, 45 plus 11, we'd get to 56. So what we have to take off to get to a number divisible by 3 is 2, 5, or 8. And this can't be 2 or 5, so that's 8 in the corner. I think that calculation is right. So the rest of these things will add up to 37, plus 4 is 41, plus 7 is 48. That is divisible by 3. Excellent. Maths to the rescue, as so often in life, and if not in life, at least on Cracking the Cryptic. Now, how do we... the rest of this is... well, no, I've still got these two lobster bits. Oh, and remember, these 3 we're going to have to add to a divisible by 3 number, and therefore this is 3, 6, or 9, but it's not 9. And now that means this is not a 3-6 pair because it would break that cell. So that's lovely. So this is a 5-4 pair. That's a naked 3. And there's 6 and 8 to go in the column. Right, that is a naked 2. It sees 8, 4, 6, 9, 5 in the row, 1, 3, 7 in the column. And that's going to put 2, I don't know, in one of those cells. There must be something very clear now. That's 5. I keep wanting to, I keep wanting to look for these sort of naked singles now, and I keep finding cells where there are 2 candidates, which isn't quite the same. 7, 3, 4, 9... I don't know. 2, 8, 1, 4, 9. That's 5 or 6. Right, that's a useful pair in the final column. And it's true. So that's a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. That's fixing the other cells in the bottom row. I can even do 8 and 6 there now. This is a 1-3 pair that I can't order. But this is a 9 with a 5-4 pair. There's a 6-8 pair. But remember the 5-6 pair I've got in the final column. That's now a 7. That adds up to 21, which is right. A 1-2 pair there. Oh, in fact, there's a 5-6 pair, so that's an 8. That is a naked 4. 4 places 4 here. We get a 5. Then there's a 5 in one of those two cells. I thought that would be resolved. This is resolved not to be a 5, though. That's just as important. Then we get 5, 6, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3 and 7 here, 3 and 1 below, and let's get rid of the colouring because it really did a lovely job for us today, but it's not needed anymore, and we want to admire our lobster at the end. I'm always thinking, of course, of Phoebe and Friends saying, "He's her lobster." And that's a lovely puzzle, Ordish. Thank you for that. That is how I like my lobster, still surviving at the end of the puzzle. Brilliant stuff. And it's just so clever. It's so clever. Really good use of German whispers and a new lobster line that's been invented there. Great fun. And thank you for watching us, as always, on Cracking the Cryptic. We never take it for granted that you spend some time with us. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.